After Governor Baker ordered the closure of all schools and daycare facilities until May 4th, many parents and caregivers working in essential fields were left wondering what to do for childcare. Recognizing this need, over 300 state-funded exempt emergency childcare programs have opened to provide this free service for families who need it most. Eileen Cavanaugh, president and CEO of Boys and Girls Club of Greater Holyoke, spoke with Connecting Point's Zydalis Bauer about how their facility has been supporting the community, operating as one of those emergency childcare locations.
What it allows the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Holyoke to do actually is to continue to serve the community, which is wonderful. And so we have this opportunity to serve families of essential workers and be able to provide the much needed child care. So, we've had parents that have really been struggling with child care for a long time now, right? I mean, we're into this for almost a month probably. And so this opportunity for us to be able to continue to serve the families that need us most is kind of really what the mission of the organization was.
I know that there's many facilities like this open in the state to support those essential workers, but is there a limit of how many children you can accept into this program?
Yes, absolutely. We are licensed to accept only 40 youth. The ratio is 1 staff to 10 children, so that when we come to capacity at 40 youth, we'll have kind of 4 classrooms set up. We've been licensed to serve youth ages 5 to 13 only. This is also what the state is considering a drop-in program, and so child care is being provided to families who need it when they need it. They are encouraging families to try to find alternative non-group child care, but if they can't and need this service, then it's available to them.
And I know that the list of essential workers is actually pretty long when you think about it.
Yeah.
How are families chosen for this program?
The Department of Early Education and Care has given us some directive in terms of prioritizing the essential workers list. We have prioritized healthcare workers, law enforcement agencies, grocery stores. Also, it really is a first-come, first-served basis. We're accepting families as they contact us and enroll their child. And then once I reach our maximum enrollment, obviously I'd have to start either a wait list or try to refer them to another agency that's not at capacity.
Now, I know also that these workers are putting their lives on the risk, at the Boys and Girls Club and also the families. So what are the precautions being taken to make sure that the children and the workers are safe during this epidemic?
First off, I have to say that the decision to open up as an emergency child care facility was not taken lightly. It was a discussion with my board of directors in addition to our staff. And I really have to tell you that I have the privilege of working with some amazing people. So when we had this opportunity and they knew how important it was to our community, they said absolutely. And so what we did is we worked with the Department of Early Education and Care and took into consideration the CDC guidelines and created actually a health and safety COVID-19 protocols and procedures. We have a screening process when youth enter the building on a daily basis. Their temperature is actually taken and recorded. Temperature is taken again at lunchtime, and then temperature is taken again as they leave the program. That is for all of our youth and our staff. And the protocol is if there's any elevation in temperature, that a parent is called immediately to come pick up the child. The child is not allowed to enter the program if they have any kind of obvious signs of cold or congestion or anything along that. If they're not feeling well, they're encouraged to stay home, and that's also with our staff as well. But the reality is we're trying really hard to maintain the social distancing policy that has been recommended, and we're fortunate enough to have a large facility here at the Boys and Girls Club, so we have the space to kind of separate as much as possible.
Now, the program was stated to end April 6th with, children being anticipated returning to school, but now with that date being pushed back to May 4th and possibly, who knows, for the rest of the school year, are you still going to be offering the service up until that point?
Our intent is certainly to continue to offer the service for as long as the community needs us. I think our staff have made an absolute commitment, and we've made a commitment to the community. So our intent is to stay open for as long as they need us to stay open, and as long as we can, while continuing to practice all of the appropriate safety and sanitation protocols.
And speaking of the schools, you have an age range of children from 5 to 13, as you had mentioned. And I know that there's a lot of different routines and schedules that the teachers have been putting out and doing a great job trying trying to keep the children engaged. What does the Holyoke Boys and Girls Club do for these students to keep them engaged and educated while they're at the childcare facility?
We're actually got a full day schedule going on here with our kids, a lot of education-based projects. We are also offering to support them with their online learning platforms. We have technology and access to the internet available here at the club. And so youth are actually distributed their own tablets to use. And so we set a time up in our daily schedule for youth to attend to any school-based online learning platforms if they have them. If they have not been assigned as of yet, we continue to do our own practices around that. Like I said, we've been a youth development agency for a very long time now, and so have been academic success is one of our priority areas. And so we have a lot of resources and talent and qualified staff around supporting kids' academic success.
Many schools districts have pulled themselves together and have been able to offer children free breakfast and free lunch. Can you talk to me about the new service that the Boys and Girls Club is offering for families?
You know, when this pandemic first started, I'd been in conversations with the public schools around how we can support each other and really start to offer services and resources for our families in the community. And so one thing that came up is that the schools, were very clear from day one that they were, capable and had tackled the breakfast and lunch, where in the city of Holyoke they were offering breakfast and lunch to families out of 6 school sites, I think, throughout Holyoke. But one thing that we had discovered in our conversations is that there were no agencies providing any kind of dinners for youth. And so I worked with the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education and obtained a waiver so that we were able to be a distribution site for what we're calling a grab-and-go style meal. And so we're preparing about an average of 425 meals every evening, Monday through Friday. And we do a combination of distribution out of our main club location here at 70 Nick Cosmos Way. And then also we're delivering to 7 homeless shelters throughout Holyoke. We've identified 350 kids that are living in the homeless shelters throughout Holyoke. And so what we're doing is delivering kind of curbside meals, an evening meal and a snack Monday through Friday to those 350 kids. So making sure that we really are serving kind of the most neediest and underserved population, in addition to serving about 75 additional meals out of our doors here at the main club.